Okay, so you can see I've already done Monday. I have my Tuesday written over here to show us that it's Tuesday now, and I'm ready. So I start with the simple subject. It's who or what does the verb. So every verb I need to see who does it. It must be a noun or pronoun. It can't be in a prepositional phrase. And there and here are never it. And we got to remember understood you. Go shut the door if some. We all know that you should do it, so that would be an understood subject. We've had one of those already. So my verb, well, I had a linking verb. So who or what were bold and fiery? Plans. That's my simple subject. I'm going to label it with an S. Next is simple predicate. We have to figure out whether those verbs are transitive or intransitive. All linking verbs are intransitive, so I don't even need to think. That's a linking verb. It's a verb intransitive. I did have another another verb on Monday. It was glowed. So who or what glowed with barbaric luster? The conceptions. That's my other subject. This is my other verb. Glowed was an action verb, so it might be transitive or intransitive. So it has to be done to something if it's verb transitive. Conceptions glowed what? They didn't glow something. So that is a verb intransitive. Sorry. Okay. So now I've got both my simple predicates labeled, both my simple subjects labeled. I'm ready to move on to prepositional phrases. Again, I just have to look. I labeled this with a P. It has to start a prepositional phrase. So that's still the P. With what? Luster. That's my OP, remember? Okay, what does this tell me? I know when I was looking for adverbs that I thought this was an adverb. The conceptions glowed how? With barbaric luster. That's an adverb prep phrase. Okay. So I didn't have any other prepositions up here, so I'm done with prepositions and objects of the prepositions. So I'm going to turn the page to complements. Now remember, these two follow action verbs. These two follow linking verbs. So I might have them in the linking verbs. My linking verb was first, were. A predicate nominative is a noun or a pronoun that follows a linking verb and renames the subject. To find it, you say subject, linking verb, what or who. Plans were what? Bold and fiery. That answers it. But it's not a noun or a pronoun. They're adjectives. I know from Monday. So let me try the predicate adjective. It's an adjective that follows a linking verb and describes the subject. To find it, you say subject, linking verb, what? So we asked the same question, but these were adjectives. Plans were what? Bold and fiery. So these are predicate adjectives. So we're going to label them PA, just like it says to on the paper. Okay? Basically, they're the same thing as a direct object, only for a linking verb. So I looked at my other verb was an action verb, so it might have a direct object. It's a noun or pronoun that's never in a prepositional phrase. It follows an action verb. I don't have any. There are no nouns or pronouns that aren't in prepositional phrase following this verb. So I'm done with that step. Appositives, where you rename something like my son Dave, my daughter Annika. I don't see that. So I don't have a phrase. Noun of direct address. Is somebody being spoken to in the sentence? No. Complete subject. Okay. Underline my subject once. And all the parts of the subject. His plans. Now I know these are adjectives that describe this, but they are what the plans were. That's why they're called predicate adjectives. Because even though they describe that subject, that's the whole point of this verb, is to describe the subject. Because were is linking, it just tells you what something is. Okay, so that's that. Now I move on to my other sentence, simple subject. Okay, his goes with that, and doesn't, because it's linking the two sentences. It's not linking like this, where this and links two predicate adjectives, so they're both part of the verb. This links two sentences. It's not part of either one. It just links. Okay, so then I move into my simple predicate, glowed. With barbaric luster tells me how they glowed, so let's see, complete predicate, and I'm moving on to Wednesday.